All about my cheese, I ain't worried about the pasta. Baby, nine on the rock. If they a hater, I ain't worried about the fire like a top. Burn like a picture. Scream in the rain. Dixon like the weather. Third rim of cup. Can't go without my medicine. So quick. Like a big bag of pepper. Where is the letter? All they know is suckers. You know the money talk. You can ask Chris Tucker. I'm a country boy.
Welcome to the Side Action, episode 23 of season 8. My name is Jim Weglars, a.k.a. Wegs. You can follow me at Wegspool on X and on Instagram.
And I'm Coop. You can check me on Instagram at Dalton Cooper and on X at Mr. Grumpy Gills. Again, we are the Side Action Podcast. Make sure to check us out on social medias wherever you go. And don't you dare forget about TikTok. That is
Don't you dare.
Don't even think about forgetting. Don't even think about thinking about forgetting it. There it is.
Yeah. Don't you ever think about
Don't you ever touch my puck. Yeah.
Well, it's awesome, dude. So you're bundled up. I'm not as bundled up, but it is cold as hell. Trust me, I know we've had some cold days in Chicago. It's one of the top ones. This is when you wake up and it's -7.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a wind chill. That is the regular temperature. What is it? What's the temp out there? It's probably colder out there.
Let me see. When I woke up and went to work this morning, it was 10 below, actually.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
It's always a little warmer by the lake. So much warmer.
People were doing the polar plunge today. Did you see that?
What?
Yeah, people were doing the polar plunge.
There is some idiot that goes in every day of the year into Lake Michigan, so props to him. But
water temperature, by the way, was 35 degrees. If you wanted to.
Well, it's warmer than the air.
Yeah, I was going to say. Right now it feels like -10, but it is 0 out here. So
we got -1 in the big city, so we got a little differential.
Oh wait, that's Chicago. Let me give you the suburbs here.
Yeah, just give it your location. Should be
-2 feels like -10.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you're going out to throw the frisbee outside. I mean, it is.
Oh yeah, we're gonna hit some golf balls here in about a half hour. Yeah.
Might as well break some clubs while you're at it. What did you end up doing last weekend? Did you have? Did you work last weekend? You went to some games?
Yeah, we did the Chicago Wolves game on Saturday. Yeah.
Against the Ice Hogs?
Yeah. That was a great game. Good game. Stayed there. We're going through Stranger Things right now too. We're in a binging of Stranger Things. I don't know if you've seen that or not. So that's been on the docket. And then just bowling really and working. Just the grind, doing the gym, the work, the bowling. Yeah.
Winter time. You just gotta do it. You gotta grind.
Yeah, it's grind time. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, how about you? I see. I vicariously lived through you on this podcast.
Well, I will say,
going out, having fun, doing all these things.
Doing dry January does change the mix. I mean, between dry January and no trips to rivers, I mean, this is a weird time of year for me. But no, Saturday was a busy day. It was kind of fun. I got rid of the Christmas tree. Thank you for your service. Went ice skating, got some laps in, a full hour of skating. And then it was just kind of place to place. I met Luke to watch the Bills-Denver game at O'Donovan's. We played in a softball bar. And then I went to my buddy Patrick's place. He kind of lives, up Lincoln. And it was him and Kitson and some other friends, the Ridgeway friends. Ridgeway wasn't there. Watched the second game. That wasn't much of a game. And then originally for Caesar's party, it was supposed to be right around the corner at Lincoln Karaoke, but they changed to some other random place. I made an appearance. I was there for like an hour and a half.
Doing any songs? Yeah.
I sang some bad songs. Yeah. I was not on my game, but it was kind of weird. Nobody was standing up, so we're just kind of sitting and singing. And Colin is getting really into the karaoke these days. He sings like Black Sabbath, really dark.
Yeah. He does like some Ozzy Osbourne. Oh yeah. Yeah, I've seen that. He does. He did the Doors. I think the one time, the last time we went, it was like him and Coyote did like a Doors song.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I mean, I appreciate other people singing. And then on Sunday, I ended up, we went to Michael's. So we went to Michael's Pizza. Mm-hmm. I ended up getting there at like 1 o'clock. The first game didn't start till 2 because we were all worried about tables, and we ended up having 11, 12 people show up eventually, but it was basically Kitson, Ridgeway, me, and Sam for like the first half of the first game, and then people started coming in.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was it packed for the?
Well, we'll talk about the game, but the play, the big play with the forced OT, like I really wish somebody took a video of it. It was bedlam. I mean, it was just unbelievable. Like everybody jumping up and down. I'm hugging strangers, high-fiving. Like it was incredible. I'm sure that's what it was like the week before somewhere because, obviously I watched that at my house. But, dude, it was fun. I mean, obviously wasn't the result we wanted, but it was an amazing experience. But I was there from like 1 to
like 10.
10?
Yeah.
And it was so late. Obviously, I wasn't drinking, so that makes it better. And there's the other thing. What's Erica Dolcini, from South Bend. She hits me up on Friday. Hey, do you want to use my car for the week? I'm like, okay. So basically, when you're not drinking, you just drive to all these places.
Hey. Yeah.
So you got to save some money on Ubers and drive around and not drink. And
nice.
There you go. So
wow, look at you, responsible.
So responsible. Well, I'm down about 7 pounds.
Okay. How many diet sodas did you have on Sunday? That's what I was curious to know.
I just drank soda water and water, man. I actually have one NA. I had what the hell did they have? Like a Heineken Zero or something.
Oh, really?
I had a pretty good Mexican lager at O'Donovan's that was good. That was NA. And then they had that hot water stuff. I'm fine drinking soda water. I had no diet. I don't drink caffeine, dude. So it's just me. Just a little water. Yeah. And then I watched the championship game over there on the couch, and as you know, disappointed. But hell of a season. It was a great game. Almost all the games, except for I would say the Texans game. Well, I mean, the Seattle game was a wash, but almost all the other games were competitive, at least most of the time.
Yeah, that's very true.
Well, let's talk about the shed. I mean, you could go right into it. You've got some people to say. The shed. We've reinforced the walls. We can stretch it out a little bit.
Yeah, well, we're going to need to for this first guy. Terry Pagula is the first person up in the shed for me. Yeah. He really made an ass out of himself this week. I don't understand how you could take arguably the most desirable job in football one day, and then literally not even 24 hours later, it becomes maybe the most least desirable job in football ever. He had a nice little press conference. He really shed some light on him and Brandon Beane's relationship, which was very fascinating. The fact that apparently Brandon Beane had no hand in drafting Keon Coleman, even though they did this whole documentary on this draft, and it clearly shows that Brandon Beane was going to draft Keon Coleman short of somebody else drafting him. Right. It's so great when we have owners on microphones, and it just shows you how ignorant some of these people are and how far their head really is up their ass. I mean, he is the same owner of the Buffalo Sabres. I'm sure you're aware. And they are currently in the longest playoff drought. They go back. This is the team that goes back and forth between the Jets and the Sabres every year on who's most amount of years consecutively missing the playoffs. Yeah. Things are looking up right now for the Sabres, which is probably great because Terry's probably so enthralled with the Bills and figuring out what they're going to do that all of a sudden the Sabres are great. But yeah, Terry in the shed. You cannot talk about a player that's currently on your roster that's literally 23 years old and the manner in which he did, and it just shows the dysfunction that this team has. It's insane.
They elevated Bean, right?
So they get promotions.
A lot of people were bashing. Like I read McDermott, obviously, and they're like, "Oh, well, who's Josh Allen throwing to? There's only 3 wide receivers healthy, blah blah blah." Mm-hmm. Isn't that a GM function? I mean, Allen didn't play a great game, but how did that guy get elevated? And then they just, McDermott probably should have been fired, but still, fascinating.
It is. It's insane how they could, and I think I had a list here. The wide receivers, here we go. So the wide receivers drafted or selected by, maybe not drafted, but signed by Brandon Beane since in his time in Buffalo. By the way, he's only drafted 2 Pro Bowlers in his 8 years in control. If you want to take like the Ravens, for example, they have 9 Pro Bowlers in that same span of drafted players. But you have Josh Palmer, Curtis Samuel, Brandon Cooks, Gabe Davis, Elijah Moore, Matt Collins, Mecole Hardman, Terrell Shavers, Laviska Shenault, Quintez Cephas, Chase Claypool, MVS, KJ Hamler, Jalen Virgil. So just a murderer's row of wide receiver talent right here.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, the Rams have 2 Hall of Famers basically on their team, and Puka and Devontae Adams. Yeah,
Devontae Adams. Yeah, it's just and they got rid of Stephon Diggs. They had Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis on this team.
They did.
And see you later. Anyway,
he did bring Davis back, but he tore his ACL.
Yeah. Man, talk about a 4-touchdown game though. How could you forget
that game?
Yeah,
legendary game against the Chiefs. Yeah.
And then the other part of the shed that I wanted to was the dome crowds. All these people wanting to build domes and everything.
Yeah.
They're in the shed this week because this is going to be the first time since the 2002-2003 season that not a single indoor or dome home playoff game had taken place this year. So shout out to the elements. Shout out to the weather.
Take that, Gary, Indiana.
Yeah, if you like the dome, then you're in the shed this week. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah. Come on, you got to be tough. You got to be able to go on the road and win on outdoors. Otherwise, get out of there.
The elements, it's football weather.
Yeah, actually, of the 4 teams remaining, only 1 team plays in a dome, now.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, there you go.
Yeah, Matt Ryan be damned.
Say no to the dome.
There it is. Wow. Well said.
Well, it's like we're playing it back, broken record. Have to give it to C.J. Stroud again. I'm sorry. I did think he was going to play better. Most people thought he was going to play better. 4 interceptions in the first half. I don't think it's happened since the NFL merger. That's what I'm hearing. That somebody's done that in a playoff game in the first half for 4 interceptions. Yeah. And they were still in the game. That defense played so good. I mean, without that idiocy, they should have just handed the ball off, and they had a better shot. CJ, you know where to go. Put yourself in the corner. You're in timeout, basically. Get in the shed. Hopefully, you figure it out. I don't think they're going to.
Do you want to hear a fun rumor that I heard that I've been reading about for C.J. Stroud?
I'm ready.
He might be the heir apparent to Matt Stafford in L.A.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's talks that the Rams could acquire C.J. Stroud. I don't know what they're going to – I don't know if it's going to be via trade or just free agency. But there are rumors out there that C.J. Stroud could very soon be a Los Angeles Ram and take over whenever Stafford decides to step away.
Yeah, McVay could fix him, I'm sure. So that'd be good for Stroud, for sure.
Yeah, I think it's not the worst plan I don't think that the Rams could ever come up with. So
no.
I think there's worse options out there like Stinson Bennett,
Yeah, exactly. And then I did put Josh Allen in the shed. Sorry, Allen. You've been a hero to most. Everybody loves you. Obviously, you're expecting a child, so maybe there's something in there. Sinners is getting lots of momentum, as I posted up, on there today. Happy for Sinners, but listen, brother, you can't turn the ball over this many times. I mean, I would say the play at the end of the half is the one that really kind of irks me. It's like a year 2 Josh Allen play that you used to see. You've got your shot to go all the way. You've got no Burrow and Mahomes, Lamar, and everybody else. And you're running the ball, and you somehow fumble and slap it back for 15 yards that they get an easy field goal with 1 second. I mean, there's other plays there, but he also missed, Dawson Knox on a play. He had, as soon as they got a turnover, he throws an interception. It was, look, CJ played just about as bad as Allen did, but obviously they were able to kind of overcome it and almost win the game. But Josh, you know it. You cried in the stand. You cried at the press conference. You knew you just got McDermott fired. So
it's definitely a tough look. By the way, honorable shed. They're playing an outdoor AHL hockey game in Minnesota today.
Ooh.
Puck drop temperature. Puck drop is at 5:00.
Oh boy!
And the temperature is supposed to be -8 at puck drop in Minnesota where they're playing this game. Yeah, so poor planning.
Die-hard fans right there if they show up.
Yeah, they had. I looked at what they have metal bleachers. I'm like, your ass would be frozen.
Yeah, exactly. You got to bring the blanket. You wrap yourself in the blanket on top of the blanket.
Oh man, you gotta you gotta sit on a cup of coffee or something.
Just flared up on the side, so you don't die out there.
Build a fire underneath the bleachers. There you go.
Yeah, that's real Minnesota weather. What about Club Dub? Who you got in Club Dub? I mean, this is probably more obvious this week.
Yeah, not a lot to choose from. First one I had was Fernando Mendoza. Yep. Obviously secured the first national championship for coming into the season. What was the losingest program in NCAA history? Yeah. They complete the 16-0 season as well, which is the first time since 1894. Shout out to Yale. Yep. And then he's also going to be probably the lock for the #1 pick overall in the NFL draft in April. So pretty good couple of days for Mr. Fernando Mendoza. Definitely pumped up.
Crashed the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon too yesterday. Yeah. I think so.
He's got a sick LinkedIn page, you know.
That's great.
Right.
I was gonna say for him, I mean, like, obviously had the signature moment play, which we'll talk about in a little bit. I mean, he made this great play that's going to be played for the rest of certainly Indiana's history, but ESPN history too. But I don't know, man. Like, I wasn't a big fan of the team and the whatever. Like, it was all the hoopla. But afterwards, you find out like the aunt's got MS and he's got the family support. You feel for the guy. I'm happy. I'm happy he got it done.
Yeah, very down to earth human when you learn about who he is, probably as a person and everything. And I was listening to somebody else, I can't remember where it was, or maybe I was reading it, but they were talking about like him diving is going to be the statue that they're going to build for IU football. Like, wouldn't that be such a great, just a great moment to build? But I was like, that's not a bad idea. And then the other club dub I had was Big Business. I don't know if you saw this or not, but starting August 1st, Division I teams can place up to 2 patches of no more than 4 square inches on uniforms for regular season games. Those are in addition to logos already allowed for the uniform manufacturers. So the NCAA is allowing this so schools can start selling spots in their jerseys to make more money to afford players. So shout out to Big Business, and it's just the start. It is just literally, this is
NASCAR. It's like NASCAR.
If you give a mouse a cookie though, Wegsy, he's gonna want a glass of milk.
That's true. You get a little thirsty after that cookie.
Right.
Unbelievable. So first they trademarked everything to do with the NCAA, and now they're like, sure, sell.
Oh, damn, we should have put that in the bin. That'd have been a good one.
That was a good one. Definitely. But as you saw, Luke looks great in that shirt. So
yes,
doesn't have NCAA anymore, but For me, it's go to the NFL. Kyron Williams. I'm watching the game. I'm rooting for the Bears, of course.
Of course.
But I'm like, what is the matter with McVay? First drive, they go right down the field, run the football. He doesn't run the ball for 2 quarters. 11 carries on offense in the first, through 3 quarters, and then all of a sudden, hey, let's give it back to Kyron Williams. This guy's not a bad football player. He went to Notre Dame. He knows how to run to the cold. He crushed it. He had 87 yards rushing total, 30 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns, and he played. It's the kind of game they needed to play in the snow in the Midwest. So Kyron, good job. Way to lead your team, even though McVay somehow, I don't know, had a brain fart for 3 quarters. And then I also put Rashid Shaheed, who this guy, although the Saints picked up at the end of the season, what a great, what do they say? The kids say the glow up. He had a little glow up. He goes from the Saints to Seattle, and now he's returning kickoffs for touchdowns on the opening play of the game. And did you see the kicker try to trip him?
Yes, yeah, I did.
He's like,
that was a great flag throw by that official too, by the way. That flag literally landed right where he slid to try to tackle him, right, to trip him or whatever.
It's awesome. He also got some carries. We'll talk about him later with Zach Charbonnet tearing his ACL, which kind of sucks. I did have some Charbonnet props, but Shaheed's really making a difference on that team. I like to see it. I really like to see it. Probably
the biggest impact trade deadline day acquisition of this year, I would argue.
Yeah, I agree with you. Gives that other element.
Yeah.
All right, let's go over college football. We had the big title game on Monday. Hoosiers end up holding off the U. I know we were watching. We were right there.
I thought they were going to win. I thought Miami was going to do it. I was like, oh my God, they're going to come back.
I think if the game was 3 minutes longer, they would have.
If they don't block that punt, they probably do win the game.
That was huge. Number 87 should have been the Shed. I don't know what the guy's name is.
Yeah.
Tight end that didn't block the guy. And he kind of pushed him towards the thing. Like, he'll never get there. Well, actually, boom, that's the touchdown that you lost the game.
Literally.
So, but here's what I would say. Watching the game, and I didn't know how the teams would match up exactly. I knew Miami was going to be tough on defense, and they were. And they were maybe got a couple cheap shots done in the first half. Cristobal and his team made great adjustments at halftime. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, they're just going up and down the field on Miami. On the Hoosiers, and it was like, to me, I know everybody's like, oh, Indiana would beat them 7 out of 10 times. I'm like, I don't think so. I think now they figured out how to beat this team, and Beck played really good. I don't know what happened on that throw, dude. I mean, it was open, and I know the guy sagged on the route, but it just wasn't a good throw. He didn't need to throw that ball, but in the end, 27-21. We talked about Mendoza getting the dive in, but they also had the field goal that was key, and then the big boy for the Canes missed at the end of the half. So they end up losing 27-21, but they do cover the number, which was great.
Yeah. No, it was the only thing I learned is that Miami is probably back now with this kind of the way they recruit. Cristobal is one of the best recruiters in all of college football. They've got plenty of NIL money down there in Miami.
They do.
And I just don't know if they're going to have a lot of challenges to face in the ACC. So I think they might run the ACC for a few years, honestly. But, yeah, no, great game. They've already started. I don't know if you've seen all the collusion going on between Duke's quarterback in Miami, where they're trying to acquire, and Duke has literally got a judge to, disallow him to be able to get in the transfer portal and go to Miami. It's a big mess right now. It's a good read if you have time to check it out.
They lost Malachi Toney already, right? Or is that not true?
I have not heard that.
I thought I saw him with an Ohio State jersey on X, but
that'd be it. Might be. You might have got photoshopped. Yeah, you might have got.
Maybe it's a Photoshop. I'm a sucker for AI.
Yeah.
But I will say, because that kid has got. I mean, he's an NFL player.
He's 18. That's what's crazy. He's literally a child.
Do you see how he catches the football? I mean, that. The game before he made the catch that they didn't say it was a catch. On that final drive, he made another crazy catch.
Yeah.
And the kid's just explosive, and obviously those defensive ends will get drafted. Those guys are incredible.
Yeah, I'm hoping Bain somehow ends up as a Chicago Bear. That's the only thing I'm hoping for.
We would love that. And Mesidor's a good ball player too. So, hey, in Indiana, look, they're super solid. They're going to have guys that are going to get drafted because of all this. Mendoza obviously at the top. They played good. I mean, some of those dudes. It was funny because I'm like, just get them in space, which they ended up getting the Canes in space. But I will tell you, Signetti, which I'm surprised you didn't put him in your club dub. I mean, this dude, great coach.
Yeah, Google him.
Coach.
Yeah.
Great game plan. And obviously, great understated crap talker at halftime. He's like, oh, they missed 3 penalties on the whatever, good for you. But, hey, congratulations. You got over 500 for the season. You clawed your way back.
All the way back. We should have put the Big Ten in club dub. 3 straight national championships. 4 straight. 4?
It's 4.
I thought it was 3. It goes Michigan, Ohio State, and now Indiana. Who was before Michigan?
I thought it was Ohio State, Michigan, Ohio State again, and then Indiana. No?
No.
Positive?
No. Positive. No. I almost think it was Georgia. I think it went Georgia because I think Georgia beat TCU in that national championship game. Remember? That was the year that Michigan and Georgia probably should have played the national championship, but Michigan got beat by TCU in the semifinal. So then the next year, Michigan came back, won the Natty. Ohio State wins the Natty after that, and then of course this year IU wins the national championship.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I can't.
I think that's the order of events which had taken place. I'm almost positive that it was Georgia.
All right, I'm still looking it up because I'm stubborn.
Because that would have been 2020.
Oh, you're right. It was Georgia back to back.
Yeah.
Just 3 in a row. I'm already putting in somebody next year.
Okay. Yeah. Purdue?
Yeah, but isn't it interesting how all of a sudden when they switch it to like a multi-team format, the Big Ten is like running tables?
No, not even that. Like, it's as soon as we can start paying the players.
Yeah.
That changed the whole game because every school in the Big Ten is bigger than every school in the SEC just by student body base and alumni, money, all this stuff. So absolutely. As soon as you couldn't pay kids through the back door anymore, the playing field completely changed. Crazy how that happened.
All of a sudden, Nick Saban retires. What the hell happened?
So, but yeah, shout out above 500. Shout out to the Big Ten. Great college football season. Can't wait to do it all again.
And in the end, look, the playoffs. I mean, obviously, Indiana ran through, but there were some good playoff games. There were some good games there, fun games to watch. And I think over the course of the last 2 weekends, the football's been awesome. I mean, playoffs have been great. I wish it was this weekend when it was really cold, but hey, what are you going to do?
Yeah, the only bad thing is that the national championship game next year is on January 26th. So
late.
It's going to be a week longer. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like 7 weeks after the season ends is when they're going to play the national championship. Yeah, it's crazy.
Interesting.
So keep that in mind as we move along.
Yep. All right, so we go to the divisional in the NFL. Favorites came out and took care of business for the most part, 3-1. No outright wins for the underdogs. It was just a cover. Overs were 3-1, so it's kind of like, okay, we're back to kind of normal. Favorites win overs. That's kind of good. I will say the big stat of the weekend: losing teams were minus 12 in the turnover differential, 16-4. I think that's kind of important. So if you can protect the ball, you got a shot.
Damn, that's crazy because the Patriots had 3 of those 4 turnovers.
They did.
That's crazy.
There was only one other. I think it was the Broncos had 1.
Yeah.
And then the other 2 teams had 0. The
0.
Rams and Seattle. Yeah. So first game, I'm not going to harp on it too much. I say the Bills were jobbed, but really on that play, and we won't talk too much about it, but I've seen so many replays on it, whatever, here's all I ask for. Brandon Cooks, in my mind, caught the football, hit the ground, the guy rips the ball away, they call it a reception. Stop the game, pretend like you're reviewing. Explain what happened. They just glaze right over it. They're lining up for the next play. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? In overtime, McDermott can't throw the challenge flag, and then all of a sudden, he's calling a timeout. They're not even going to review it. I don't know what the hell was going on there. I felt like the NFL was calling the officials going, hey, we got to pick this up. This is overtime. We've got another game to play. I mean, it was really weird. I don't know what your feelings are.
Yeah, and that's literally what Sean McDermott said in the press conference after the game was the fact that they didn't even review it. They didn't even take a look at it just to make sure. Yep. Nothing. Yeah, no, it just happened. It happened incredibly quickly. I caught it on my phone as I was at the Wolves game watching the last bit there. So, but yeah, I wanted to say that dictated the outcome of the game, but I also wanted to be like, if Josh Allen doesn't turn the ball over as much as he did, then
of course
this doesn't even matter. To me, the fumble right before halftime is so inexcusable that I don't even have words for it. And I'm sure he would tell you the same thing. If any of those turnovers are egregious and just can't happen, it's that one. You know what I mean? So that was my big takeaway is that, man, just hang on to the football.
You just take the sack or whatever, go in at halftime. I mean, I will say that, yes, I was rooting for Buffalo because I had hit them at plus 375 and plus as I've done a couple of times with
naturally.
People. But it was like we're watching the game. It was Luke and this other random guy, and we were both on the Buffalo money line at that point. We're like, dude, they're not reviewing it? It was just weird, Mm-hmm. And then obviously, look, Knicks played a great game, but the football gods did not smile upon this situation. And I mean, I don't know how he broke his ankle. I have no idea. You watch that sweep and he kind of goes to the ground. I don't know if he really got hit there. It wasn't on the submarining of the kneel down. It was on the.
Yeah, they said it was on the third to last play.
Yeah.
It was like a QB run or something.
And I don't know why they had him run it. They should just hand off the running back. But he ran around and just kind of slid down. But hey, in the end, they get the other gripe I had was the penalties. You know that I put this on the article on Wegs Pool. It was there wasn't a penalty called. There was 11 minutes and 38 seconds to go in the third quarter was the last penalty before overtime. Yeah, there was no penalties in the third and fourth quarter, basically.
Do you know do you know who the most penalized defense in the league was this year, by the way?
Houston?
No. Oh, sorry, the most penalized defense in the league this year? Sorry.
Yeah, most penalized.
Houston. Yeah. No, it was Denver.
Oh. And they got 0 calls.
And they got 0, literally, yes. They had 0 defensive penalties called against them. Somebody was pointing that out. I was like, how is that even possible? So.
Yeah, you're telling me, and there were some plays that even the play that they called an interception, they could have called that pass interference.
Yeah.
And then they called it, the first one was ticky-tack. The second one, he got there early. I mean, Trevion White, Tre'Davious White went off. I mean,
where he threw his helmet and freaked out, yeah.
That was dumb. But that's half the distance at that point. They're going to get the
the game was over at that point. As soon as they threw that flag, the game was
unless
over.
It's a bust snap. So,
Right.
We already talked about Coleman getting released, McDermott, and then getting promoted. But in
Coleman
the end,
got released. What do you mean?
Coleman got released.
Keon Coleman?
Yes.
Today?
After that announcement, he got released.
No, he's a rookie. They can't release him.
No, he's not a rookie. Keon Coleman?
Keon Coleman, yes. He was a rookie. He just got drafted this past season.
I don't think so, buddy.
They can't release Keon Coleman. He's going to be on the roster. That's why it was so weird for Terry to come out and make all these comments about literally a rookie. This was his first year with the Bills. Yeah, he didn't get released. He just got shit on.
Yeah, I mean, it's his second season, though, isn't it? He was 2024.
No, I'm pretty sure this was his rookie year. I'm almost positive.
Yeah, my research is bad today. Sorry.
Here you go. Keon Coleman, 2024, 2025. Okay, this is his second year.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is his second year. Last year was his rookie season. But yeah, he's still with the Bills. They're not going to release him. They don't have enough wide receivers to release this kid.
Interesting.
Yeah.
My AI stuff, I'm getting beat on AI over and over again.
Oh no. You're getting got. Oh no. But yeah, it's just
I guess he's still on the team, which is kind of weird because after talking crap about him. All right, so the Bills are out. Denver advances. We'll talk about Jarrett Stidham in a minute.
Yeah, Stiddy, baby.
Next matchup. Kind of crazy. Second game, Seattle, not much to say here. They throttled San Francisco. There were a couple chances early. San Francisco didn't get in the end zone. They got some field goals. It was all she wrote. I mean, it was 17-0 at the end of the first quarter, but they nearly didn't make it in a game. 41-6 final. I mean, Darnold had to throw 130 yards of passing. That's it for them to win this game. And Kenneth Walker III came through.
Yeah, you knew this game was over when Kyle Juszczyk is running a speed option on fourth down to Christian McCaffrey. That's when you knew this game was over.
That's right. That's right.
Tough scene.
Hey, I mean, Shanahan coached his ass off this year. Really difficult to have so many injuries. I think they said the salary cap stuff that he lost in those injuries is like unparalleled. So, hey, next year if they get healthy, who knows?
Yeah.
All right, New England. I said they coasted the title game. In my mind, it was tougher. Like the game got close. It was 21-16 at one point. I felt like when they got that turnover, so the second half, the first half was an abomination. It was like, how the hell are you going to give up 21 points to this team that isn't very good, but it's because you're pick-sixing and all this stuff. But they come out, drive, they don't get a touchdown, 21-13, get a turnover right away. Houston got the turnover right away.
Yeah.
They have a chance to tie the game. Fumble. Woody Marks fumble. Like that, I know that they had chances later, but that was the momentum play that if they don't turn the ball over there, and that wasn't Stroud this time, they at least get a field goal, if not a touchdown, to get within a field goal or whatever. And but yeah, I mean, what can you say? I just was dumbfounded that they wouldn't go to Mills at some point, especially after a second terrible throw. I'm like, what is he doing out there? Just like I did on Monday night with the Pittsburgh game. But hey, I mean, Houston has 5 sacks on defense. They forced 4 fumbles in the game.
Yeah.
They had 3 turnovers on May. I mean, and they still lost by 12.
Yeah, it's a damn shame. It's a good team.
Well, and I will say though, the Kayshon Boutte made one of the catches of the year out there, the one-hander for the touchdown.
Yeah,
broke the spirit. Diggs had a kid and also was scoring.
Nice.
He had a pretty good week.
Nice.
I guess what I'll ask you about this before we even get to the previews, are the Patriots a really good football team?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know about really good. I think they are, if anything, they're underrated and not appropriately rated. That's what I would say. I feel like most people underlook them, but I mean, their defense is solid. When Christian Gonzalez plays, they're like, what, 12-2 this year, or they're 13-1, I think, when he plays this year.
Right.
So,
and when Williams on the defensive line plays, they stop the run. Like they've only given up 30 yards a game or something, or 33 yards a game in the first 2 playoff games.
And I'm pretty sure they are a top 5 defense against the run this year, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. They are 9th this year against the run. No, sorry, they're 6th against the run, 9th against the pass this year, the Patriots.
Yeah, and they had that guy, when he was out of the lineup, they gave up some yards, but now it's just flipped back. I mean, the guy's just a wall.
And, I mean, they're undefeated on the road this year, too. So I mean, I think that shows a little bit of a well-coached team too. So I don't know if they're great. I would say they're a good football team. I just think that they do the little things well, and they're kind of like the old Patriots teams where they just don't beat themselves. Like you have to beat them for the most part, and they tried to beat themselves in this game, but Houston just wanted to beat themselves even more. Is kind of what
if I was like Will Anderson or somebody like that, I mean, beside myself, like they get an interception and then 2 plays later scrub those interception.
Well, you can tell too, like you can see how valuable Nico Collins and Dalton Schultz are to this offense too. That doesn't help. So
Schultz pulls a hammy or calf like on the first drive, makes a nice catch, makes a good run.
Yeah,
he score a field goal, and he's out. I'm like, good God,
that was a big blow.
Last game, this was the big one. Bears against the Rams. It's just, first of all, what a game, what a season. I mean, this team, I think we talked about it. I was not a Ken Williams fan. I wasn't even excited about the pick when they made him last year. But the kid has made the bones, man. He definitely is better when the chips are down, making play after play. And obviously the 4th down, as I was referencing at the bar, 4th and 4, running backwards for 26 yards, which I hope he never has to do again. And then chucking the ball 51 yards in the air for a touchdown to tie the game to your boy Cole Kmet. I mean, dude, like every week we're getting something like this. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So do you think that they should have gone for 2 at the end of regulation?
No, I mean they were right there with the Rams the whole time. The defense was playing well. I didn't see a reason to go to over or not to go for 2 and to play for overtime. I mean everything worked out in their favor. They got the stop, they got the ball in overtime. Like they just needed to not force the issue as much. Unfortunately, but again, I still think the Bears should have won. They played well enough to win. They played well enough to win this game. They just couldn't figure out a way to win, and hopefully they can learn from it and come back. I mean, obviously 3 interceptions by Caleb doesn't help, but also hopefully this is a learning experience for Ben Johnson to maybe take points every now and again instead of always going for it on 4th down. Yeah. The only one that I think that really just comes back to is like that first one of the game, because like even like we've gone to that playoff game with the Packers, and it's like it didn't feel great to have them get those 3 points on the opening drive, but like they got points, you know what I mean? So it wasn't all for nothing. Yeah. So especially because I think they elected to take the ball, right? Or did the Rams defer?
I think Rams deferred.
Okay. Because I'm like, I think that would have made it even worse. Like if you elect to take the ball, you have to go get points. There's like, no, I don't care how many points there are. You got to go get points. So I just, we'll see what happens. They're going to have some shifting around. Hopefully a little bit of help on defense will go a long way, and maybe they get rid of DJ Moore. I don't know. We'll see. But
yeah, he didn't help him. He didn't help him with that one interception, even though I still think it probably would have been a pick, but he could have contested it.
Yeah. Well, that was apparently a new concept that had been put in that week for this game, that route concept. And God knows how well DJ Moore was actually feeling too, because he'd gotten rocked like in the third quarter of that game, and he hit his head like on the side of the field that's not, or like outside of the field where it's the ground is frozen. So God knows how well he was actually feeling in that point in time. But
yeah, when you watch the game from the end zone angle, I saw what Caleb was seeing. Like they kind of dropped into a 3 deep thing, and he thought that he could beat the guy across, but that 3 deep roller just picked it up right away and just saw it. I mean, when Caleb threw it, I mean, obviously he thought the coverage was beat, but it wasn't. In the end, hey, 20-17, great game. Probably an instant classic football game. I mean, not unlike the Bears game against the Packers, but unlike the Packers game, it was a big comeback. This was just a, prize fight. Just, jab, 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 jab. Then the fourth quarter, both teams got a score. I mean, it was fun. It was a fun game. Great football game.
Yeah, and the defense finally showed up. They've been waiting all season in Chicago for this defense to show up, and the secondary finally showed up. So
I think Allen called a hell of a game. I think the second half of the Packer game and this game, he really he had a good defense going. So hopefully they'll get a little more players to really the pass rush, like you said, they need it.
Yeah.
All right, so we're in Championship Sunday on Sunday, 25th. We've got 2 games here. Start off with the Patriots, the Broncos. This game opened because of the Stidham starting. Opened as 5.5 for the Patriots on the road. 42.5-point total. This is 2 p.m. Central. This will be on CBS and Paramount. It's down to 4.5 now. So Stidham, he hasn't played a game since 2023. That's a long time. Hasn't thrown a pass since late 2023, so that's about over 2 years ago. Huge move, though, on the spread. Like 6.5, 7, depends on where you saw it to start. Denver would have been favored at home, likely, if Knicks played, especially after beating the Bills. So, the immediate knee-jerk is too many points. So, Broncos, right? And I understand that. But what I will tell you is the Patriots in the first half, this team has covered like every game of the year, except for maybe the stupid Raiders when I wanted to pick them for Survivor. So it's a tough one. I do like, Broncos to play well early, but, that's kind of against the tendency that the Patriots have done. Their game plans have been very good, and then teams have kind of come back on them. What are you thinking?
I was with you. I think it's too many points. I think Denver will find a way to keep this game close,
right?
Regardless of, I just think their defense will. I think the defense finally feels the pressure to have to show up, and I think they'll find a way to show up. Plus, Will Campbell has not been playing that well when he's gone against these more elite pass rushers for the Patriots. That left side of and he's going to get a whole nice, healthy dosing of Nick Bonito, and Nick Bonito is right up there with. I think it's him and like Joey or Nick or one of the Bosa's that's like they've had 14 sacks, or maybe it's Micah Parsons, where they've had 14 or more sacks in back-to-back seasons. No, I lied. It was Myles Garrett. I lied.
Yeah,
him and Myles Garrett are the only two players in the league the last 2 years to have consecutive seasons of 14 or more sacks. So I just think this is going to be. It's going to have to be a Hunter Henry game, in my opinion. Like he's going to be the hot route. He should be the security blanket. I don't see this as a very high-scoring game.
Okay.
I think the Denver defense will show up finally, even though they've been gone for about 6 to 8 weeks now.
Yeah, where the hell they've been since the bye?
Yeah, they've just
good teams at home. Good teams at home, they've been giving up 30 points a game, which is crazy. But
yeah,
I mean, New England's got to run the ball. I mean, they did a decent job against Houston. Not great. I mean, Houston's such a good defense. Denver's defense isn't great against the run, so that's kind of matchup one for me. Can they stop the run, meaning Denver, and can New England stick to the run game? Because their play-action pass game, and May loves going deep, but a lot of it's off play action. He's got to have that action. And he made a couple good throws against Houston, but for the most part, I mean, he was under pressure, got a lot of, obviously a lot of fumbles, wasn't hitting deep. Obviously the one booty was like 25 yards out. So, and then on the offense, New England's run defense, as you mentioned, is really good. So what's he gonna pull out? Is he gonna do the reverses? Is he gonna do R.J. Harvey throwing the ball? Is he gonna make it easier for Stidham? It's gonna be quick throws, get the ball out, get the ball to the playmakers. So that's what I see.
Yeah, I mean, Troy Franklin is hurt right now too. He's been limited this week, and he's kind of been that second option outside of Cortland Sutton.
Yeah,
because they don't play a lot of tight end sets. Because Evan Ingram could be a feature, but I just don't. He doesn't play a lot of snaps.
Yeah.
So I anticipate him having a bigger role. I mean, I feel like he's going to have a bigger role in this game if the Broncos are going to win.
Well, it's interesting you say that. Look at one of my props. Denver.
Oh, there it is. I just see that now. Nice.
Over 18.5 yards. I like him for that, and I like him for over 2.5 receptions. I'm going to ladder him 3 and 4. 2.5's like, minus 110 or 115. But if you get the 3, it's plus 105, 4 plus 188. So that is on my list of props. So thank you for the.
Yeah. That's the only thing that scares me is the snap count. He doesn't play a lot of plays recently.
Yeah, that's true. I like so we're going on the Denver side first with Stidham. I think Stidham's going to be okay. I think he's going to end up throwing the ball a lot more than you would think. Over 198.5 is minus 114, 200 minus 110, and then 225 plus 175. I did that with CJ last week, and he got up to the second level, not the third level. But I think Stidham won't be an idiot like CJ. And then also Denver, I mean, I like a couple things. I like R.J. Harvey to catch the ball, like over 19.5. I think you're right. He's going to get it out quick. And then Mims is the guy over 26.5. That's one play for him. So he's kind of the secondary guy to step up, like you said. But the one guy, I'm not just saying you should put, this isn't a 401k pick of the week like you do, but the dig deep first TD and anytime TD guy. Little Jordan Humphrey, baby.
He scored last week.
He did.
Yeah.
45-1 and 11-1 on the anytime. So he'll get a little cheddar cheese from me.
No, I like it. I feel a defensive touchdown in this game. I just don't know what defense is going to score. I'd probably go Patriots if I had to pick one.
Okay.
But I could definitely see a defensive touchdown in this game.
I
think that's one of the backbreakers in this contest. I would take the under. That's what I would feel good about. I would take the under 42.5.
Yeah.
I think you're right with the Stidham. I would almost take his attempts over because, again, I just think Sean Payton just loves being an egomaniac and making it all about. I said this last week on our radio show in Elgin, but like the way to beat the Bills was to run the football, and I felt like he was going to outthink the room and make it all about him and Bo Nix to where they were not going to throw the ball, or they were going to throw the ball way too much and not run it. And sure enough, all he did was throw the damn ball. And I'm like, oh, my God, you're playing right into the Bills' hands. It's literally what they want you to do.
He should have lost by doing it, but he didn't.
Yes, 100%. So I think, does he learn from his mistake? Because I think that's, to your point, I think you got to be balanced to beat this Patriots team.
I've heard a lot of things like when Teddy Two Gloves Bridgewater was the backup for the Saints, behind Breeze. He had good games. They had Taysom Hill as backup. They've had, what was the other guy? Man, I can see it.
Where, in the Saints?
Here's Trevor Siemian, who was...
Oh, yeah, Trevor Siemian, yeah.
He's coached a lot of crappy quarterbacks, so, Stidham, we'll see what he's got. On the New England side, I do like Trevion Henderson. This is on his total yards, because they do, for some damn reason, they don't run him enough on offense. I think they'll run Ramondre, but I think he'll get the ball in the passing game, some screen stuff, and then Drake may anytime touchdown to plus 295. I think he's going to use his legs a little bit in this game.
Yeah, I feel like he's going to have to. He's going to have to run for his life because otherwise he's going to take 5 or 6 sacks.
That's right. Second game, Rams and Seahawks. Ridgeway's listening. Matt Stanford's listening. They're wanting the Seahawks to get back. Seahawks are 2.5-point favorites at home. 46.5-point total. Total went from 47.5 to 46.5, so it went down. This is at 5:30 p.m. Central on Fox. Here's my questions for this game. Will McVay run the ball early? I mean, he didn't do it against the Bears, but obviously he's got to try to control the clock, right? Maybe not. I mean, game 1 against Seattle, he tried to run the ball and did okay. Game 2, he just had Stafford huck and chuck for 450 yards. So,
which worked, by the way. Which worked. Yeah. Like when they got conservative in that game is when they lost because he started to kind of take his foot off the gas, and then all of a sudden the punt return happens, and then all hell breaks loose.
Yeah. I don't know, dude.
No, I don't think he does. I think, I think in order for the Seahawks to win this game, in a perfect world for the Seahawks, they want their defense to control the tempo of the game. Yeah. And I think for the Rams, for them to actually control the game, I think a shootout is what they want because a shootout is something I don't think Seattle wants to get in with LA. And I think that's the Achilles heel of the Seattle Seahawks team. So I don't think they'll run the ball. I think they will come out throwing the ball and then maybe run the ball to kind of complement what they're seeing. Yeah. But to answer your question, no, I think they're going to come out and throw it.
And
they're going to take the MVP quarterback.
That game was a Thursday night game, less fresh legs. I think that could come back to bite them, but because Seattle's going to be fresh, they didn't have to play hard that last game. The Rams pushing it to the limit. It may work early, but it's not going to work late. So I hear what you're saying. I don't think you're wrong, but I don't know. Okay, go up there, try to tuck and chuck, and Faithful going to be going crazy. We'll see. Maybe they can do it. For me in Seattle, you've only got one running back now, basically. I mean, Shaheed will probably get some balls, but they run for 150 yards against this Rams team. So they've tried to control the clock, to your point, and I think they're going to continue to do that. And I think the Rams are okay against the run. They're better against, I don't know. They're good at pass rush. Their secondary is not very good. So, I mean, JSN
the Rams are 12th in the league against the run and 19th against the pass, while Seattle is 3rd against the run and 10th against the pass. So.
Right. So, but they could be balanced.
Yeah.
And I guess, to me, the game boils down to one thing. Is Darnold going to turn the ball over? If he turns the ball over, they'll lose.
Yeah.
If he keeps, one interception, maybe 2, they'll be right in the mix. But did you know Seattle hasn't sacked Stafford this year? In either matchup, they didn't sack him.
Wow, that's an interesting stat.
And how many dropbacks did he have in that last game? That's insane. So
quite a bit, yeah.
I think this time they'll get to him at some point. The props, there's less props I like for this game. This is going to be an in-game betting game for me overall, but I like Shaheed's rushing yards. It's only like 4.5. But if you go up to 20, you can get plus 260, over 30 plus 440. He gets a reverse for 30 yards. There you go. Cash them all. And I like his total yards, 35.5, which is great, minus 113. So that's when I like them. And I like Corum too. I know you said they're going to run, but I like his first time anytime. I like him down by the goal line. He's 16-1 on the first, 320 plus 320 on the anytime.
77 pass attempts, by the way, Matt Stafford has against Seattle this year.
Incredible.
77 dropbacks, no sacks. That's wild. I did not know that. I did know the last time they played that the Rams didn't. I think they faced 5 total third downs in that game. No, that was against the Panthers, I believe. That's the wrong stat. Sorry.
Okay.
But I don't think they punted the last time these two teams played either. So, well, I guess the only punt they probably had was the one that was returned for a touchdown. Now that I think about
That's right. They did.
That's what I'll be very curious to see is if every kickoff, every punt, obviously every kickoff goes out of the back of the end zone, but I can almost assure you that every punt they have will be out of bounds.
Yeah, they're not going to give it
high.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what I'll be curious to see because I think that's probably the biggest Achilles heels for these two teams, as special teams. Just like last week, I thought the Bears were going to have to take advantage of a special teams play somewhere, whether it's a blocked field goal or a punt block or a punt return, whatever the case, and we didn't ever see that. So
Seattle special teams are usually better than LA's for sure. So we'll see. Not too much to say, but the total you like it over, so you like a shootout.
I would probably take the over. Yeah, I would probably take the over, but I think LA wins this game though. I think they find a way.
Yeah, I see that, and I'm not. I flipped because I had the Rams win in the Super Bowl, and they still could, of course. I don't know, man. It's hard to you filter information, right?
You're a prisoner of the moment, is what you're doing.
I am. San Francisco wasn't that good. I knew that was going to be a blowout, but the Rams haven't played good, dude. When have they played good? They haven't. These first two.
Wegsy. They went to Chicago. They didn't have a single penalty. They didn't have a single turnover.
Yeah.
They didn't have a single drop pass in that game. And you're telling me that they didn't play. I'm sure they didn't play their best game.
Should they have won the football game?
Probably. They made a lot less mistakes than the team they played against.
I know, but I don't know. McVay has to come in with a clean game plan and fulfill it. I don't think he did it in Chicago. I think he started doing pretty good in the Carolina, Carolina had a good punching chance, and that's an 8-9 football team.
Yeah.
They haven't played good for like a month. So I'm just worried about that. And Seattle they're frothing at the mouth now. And Sam Darnold or not, he doesn't have to win them the football game. They can win elsewhere. Stafford has to win this football game for them. So I know he's a good player. I know he's a Hall of Fame guy. We were having a debate at the bar whether some people say he's a choke artist. I don't think he is. But he's had the one playoff run, right, when they won the Super Bowl. He did win a playoff game last year. Other than that, I don't think he won a playoff game before all that, right? So, I don't know, dude. I think Seattle's a better football team. I know
he's 7-2 in his last 9 playoff games. Matt Stafford is.
Okay. He's won 2 this year.
He's also playing
the Super Bowl.
He's playing a legacy game this weekend.
I totally get it. I totally get it, dude.
He is the one player in the league left that has the most to gain from winning a Super Bowl right now.
He's the best quarterback left. There's no question about that. He's better than Drake May. I think so. He's going to probably win the MVP. But my point is, okay, and I've been wrong with this on the defenses so far. Houston and Seattle aren't that different of a football team, right? They're led by the defense.
Yeah.
I think they've got a better game manager.
Seattle's got a much better offensive line. That's very apparent.
They can run the football.
Yeah.
They can run. And they've got, obviously Nico's pretty good with JSN, but he wasn't hurt. So
yeah.
I don't know. It's I think the narrative is Stafford will lead them to victory on the road. I'm worried about it. So I picked Seattle, and I think whoever wins it will cover it. So it's simple.
I think we can probably both agree, too, the winner of this game is probably going to win the Super Bowl, I would imagine.
Totally. And people are trying to make the case for New England or Denver, which I'm like, no. Denver somehow pulls off a win, which would be awesome. Well, Papa Wegs I'd never hear the end of it, but
yeah, no kidding.
That spread's going to be like 8 or 8.5, right?
They'd have to. I can't believe I cannot believe they haven't called Phillip Rivers. That's what I was hoping they would do. I was hoping they'd call Phillip Rivers.
Is he really interviewing for the Bills job?
Yes. It'd be awesome, too, to watch him get the Bills job and then bench Josh Allen to put himself in to win the Super Bowl. That'd be so funny.
When's the last time they had a player coach in the NFL?
Oh, my God. I'd probably never. That'd be so funny.
Right.
But, yeah, no, I was hoping they'd pick up the phone and call Phillip Rivers and be like, hey, Grandpa, we need you for a week.
Exactly. You can do it. I don't. Yeah, that would have been fun because that's obviously a rival team. But yeah, dude, I said that on the podcast with those other guys, the lockdown coverage podcast.
Yeah,
and they were like, no, New England. I'm like, look, at some point, New England is going to play a team. They have played an easy schedule. They got no offensive line for the Chargers. C.J. Stroud stinks.
Yeah.
At some point they're going to hit. They're going to play a real team for the NFC, and it's going to be over. I don't mean that they're going to lose by 20, but they're just going to lose the game. So I agree with you. This is the NFC. This is the championship. This is the Super Bowl. Right? We know that, and it's hard for me to imagine Sam Darnold being the Super Bowl quarterback. But
yeah, I was going to say, could you imagine that? Yeah,
it's tough, and I predicted the Rams to beat them in Seattle in the divisional round, so I should stick with that. But I don't like the way the Rams have played the last couple of weeks.
My favorite part about Conference Championship weekend this year is, and we'll get to our picks after this, is that, for the Super Bowl matchups for coaches, we can either have Sean versus Sean, Mike versus Mike, Sean versus Mike, or Mike versus Sean. So just to keep hard hitting. I know this is very hard hitting factual things that nobody thinks about. But just you could have Sean Payton.
I like it.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I like it.
I realized that the other day.
Yeah, Payton versus McVay. Yeah. And it's funny because it's two defensive coaches and offensive. So the Mikes are the defenses and the Seans are the offenses. Interesting.
Yeah. So I didn't know if you had thought about that yet, but that might be something to think about in your handicapping,
Well, let's talk about this. I mean, McVay is the best coach left too, right? Oh. McVay is better than Vrabel.
I don't. Is
he better than Peyton? Well, here's what I'm going to say.
That's a good debate, honestly. That's
game on the line. You've got to call a drive because he's not calling the offense. Obviously, he's got McDaniels, Josh McDaniel. He's got him in his corner for the offensive side. So I do think that when push comes to shove, McVay has been there, and now he's got to, I don't know. I think he's better than Vrabel. I think Vrabel will win the Coach of the Year likely, but I love his motivation. He's my type of coach, but he's not a tactician, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's a great question because you could make an argument because in 2 years from now, if the Seahawks go on and win, their team's gonna be really good for the next 3 years. So you could be looking at Seattle winning back-to-back Super Bowls maybe, or something along those lines, or making 2 or 3 Super Bowl appearances. And then you can make the argument that Mike McDonald might be the best coach because they're already calling him the Sean McVay as defense. So
he's a hell of a coach, and he's got. Is it Clint Kubiak as his OC who's probably going to get a job?
Yeah.
So we'll probably have to recycle on that. And McVay will probably lose Shula, I think, on the defensive side. But I think head coaches. I mean, Peyton's a really good coach, but I think McVay. I mean, they're both really good coaches. I think McVay. He's got the edge, you know what I mean? So you do have the best coach quarterback lineman, it makes sense that the Rams are going to win it. Like that's simple, right?
Simple. Yeah. There it is.
There you go. All right, so go ahead, go over your picks. We didn't go over 5 because I'm done losing random picks that I didn't.
Yeah, I know, right? Me and you both. I'm going Denver. I'm taking the points plus 5.5, and I'm taking the Rams plus 2.5. I'm taking the dogs this weekend. The dogs are barking.
Dogs are barking. I like that. I do like Denver. We should probably adjust to 4.5, but I like them at 4.5 still. I'll take Seattle. It's probably more of a money line than 2.5, but I just think they're going to cover if they win. I don't think it's going to be like a 1-point game. If they win, they'll win by a field goal. So 2.5 is a fair number. I do think, if the Rams win, it'll be a close game. It'll be, and you think it's going to be high? We didn't talk about that. High or low? You think it's going to be under? I've said but it's dropped a point. So
I'll take an over game. The Rams by 10.
For you like it's going to be high scoring like that Thursday night versus the first matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel like the third one, it's going to be a slugfest. And then it'll come back to like one drive, and it'll probably be, is he going to drive? Is Stafford going to drive him down? They're down 17-13. They're driving to win. They got to get a touchdown. There's your game right there. 20-17 or 17-13.
34-24.
Ooh, all right.
There you go.
You heard it here. All right. So what do you got going this weekend?
Nothing much. Staying warm. Staying inside, probably. Yeah, not a whole lot, really. No, not really. I mean, Rockford was playing at home this weekend, but again, with the weather, I just was like, nah.
Yeah, no thanks.
So, yeah, no thanks. So, yeah, we'll probably just be hanging out, watching ball, and obviously doing the radio show tomorrow. And, yeah, I think that's about it, really.
There you go.
Hanging out, watching Stranger Things.
There you go.
Yeah.
Will 11 survive,
Right.
What
so you do watch. Okay.
What season are you in?
We are in season 3 right now.
So I admittedly probably missed a season in there. I know I watched season 1. When Sophia was here, we watched the last season, but I had not watched the finale because I was like, A, I don't have Netflix because I rotate my subscriptions, but B, I'm like, I've had enough. It's fine. I'll find out eventually what happens. I'm watching other stuff.
It has gotten a little I don't want to say repetitive is the right word, but maybe predictable is probably the better word for it. It's like, oh yeah, you can kind of tell what's going to happen. So
yeah. Tomorrow I'll play volleyball. I'm not doing anything tonight. Tomorrow volleyball.
Nice. You going to Downers?
In the other place, Progression.
Oh, okay.
Like I guess that's technically Lamont. No, that's in Darien, off Lamont.
Okay. Yeah, that's Brian's place, I think. Yeah.
Brian's place, like 10 to noon. And then Susan, Susan from volleyball.
Yeah, I think it's her birthday, right? Shout out to Susan.
And it's her birthday party tomorrow at, what's it called? Bar from Home or On the Way Home or one of those. It's like a bar at the end of the Wrigley Strip. Okay. So I can take a train there.
Nice.
Hopefully it'll be a little warmer. And I don't know what I'm going to do for the game. I think since everybody last week was like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? I'm like, I just want to go to First Shadows and watch a game. Like, it worked out kind of in my favor because my whole thought was I wanted to go last week because it's a Bills bar now. And if it's Bills Bears, for example, in the championship Sunday, I'd have to get there at like 10 in the morning.
Yeah, forget about it. Yeah,
So I wanted to go last week because the Bills played Saturday, and then on Sunday I could watch it. So now neither of them are in. I should be able to go to Fort Shadows, get a seat, and it's just about gambling. There you go.
Nice.
That's the game plan. I'm still dry. It doesn't really matter, but we'll see what happens. I could also end up on the couch, but since with it being freezing, I barely leave the house. I went out twice this week. I left the building twice, though. But
wow, you finally did it.
Well, I had a couple of events. But.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. And then, by the way, you got to respond to the crafts thing. I sent it out.
Yeah, I know. I did. I just literally read that today. Yeah. So, yeah.
And Linnea's totally invited. That would be a good opportunity for her to learn if she wants. And it doesn't have to. So,
okay.
Yeah, we know Scotty Green's in, Art's in, me. We'll get a group of this. If it's only 4 of us, we could just go. So many people say they want to go, and I'm like, well, let me try to get. And the Rivers guy, talk to the Rivers guy. Hey, Rick, what's going on? Rick, table manager.
Yeah. He's like, oh, yeah, I know you.
Hey, Mr. Weglars, we haven't seen you in 3 weeks. I'm like, well, let me tell you a little story. I was there till 5:45 in the morning, New Year's Day. So
on edibles.
Oh my God, that was too much. Well, anyway, well, follow us, Side Action Pod on X, Side Action Podcast on Instagram. Follow me at Wexpo on X on Instagram.
You can check me on Instagram at Dalton Cooper, and then on X at Mr. Grumpy Gills. Again, we are the Side Action Podcast. It's almost over, Wegs. I don't know what we're gonna do when football's over, man.
We're gonna do college basketball.
Yeah.
Next week. I know it's not the same.
Yeah. It's just.
By the way, just as I spoke this into existence, because Rick from Rivers, he put him in my phone. He just popped up on Snapchat. Would you like to with Rick? I just put him as Rick Rivers.
Nice.
Rick Rivers from his name's not Rivers, but
nice.
So you're listening, Stone.
Shout out to Rick. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
Love you guys.
That's a wrap for this episode of the Side Action Podcast. We appreciate all of your listens and thank you for joining us. We'll see you all again next week.
Side Action Podcast, its owners and associates take no responsibility for the opinions or statements made by the show hosts or guests. Statements or show topics are not necessarily the beliefs of this podcast, and opinions of the show hosts and guests may conflict. Individuals following the advice given on the podcast accept their own risk of loss, as the Side Action Podcast, its owners, hosts, associates, or guests will not guarantee any advice given. The opinions and advice given are for entertainment purposes only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Intro credit to OTMG the Vet, Old Me versus Young Me Part 2.